Hi everyone, welcome to Life with Ragdolls. In this video today, I want to talk about something that's really important to me, and my channel is quite new. This is so important to me that I wanted to make a video as one of my first videos in hopes that I can help some people who are looking for how to enrich their cats' lives. If you've got a cat that's misbehaving, maybe waking you up at night, I know a lot of people have an issue with that, acting out, they look bored, they look like they're in a funk, all of what I'm going to go over today should help you at least somewhat with that. I have a lot of information to impart. I base my information that I'm going to share with you on I feel like I have quite a bit of experience caring for cats. I've had quite a few growing up. Of course, as a child, I didn't know about caring for cats. They were just sweet, soft things that I chased around and would pet. But as I got older and had my own cats, and also having 31 cat pet sitting clients, I know cat behavior pretty well. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the psychology of cats so that you can understand your cat to provide the best enrichment experience and give them a well-rounded, more fulsome life. And so let's talk about why enrichment is so important. When you think about your own life and what you like to do as your hobby, your one-person hobby, things like maybe you like to read a book, play games, go for walks, do paint watercolor, garden, knit, cooking. All of these are fulfilling solo activities that people really get a lot of enjoyment out of. And in addition to that, you also have other things in your life, like perhaps your career, your friends, other activities you do out of the home, your vacation. So you're getting all this additional stimulation, and your cat does not get that. So your cat has these self-stimulating things around your home that you've provided it with, like their cat trees and their scratchers, and they have ball toys that they can chase around. But having that interactive enrichment with you triggers different parts of the brain, just like your other interactive experiences do that you do throughout the day. So I encourage you to think about doing some of this to give your cat that same kind of well-rounded, fulfilling type of experience that you get on a day-to-day basis. The enrichment exercises I'm going to talk about very specifically are what I would do at pet sitting appointments, which generally are expected to be minimum 40 minutes. And then I also do these with my own cats 2 times per day. And the first enrichment is no matter what the weather is, how hot, how cold, all of that, you've got to open the window. And I don't mean the blinds, I mean the actual window. Just enough for them to put their face up to it, because cats learn and understand things through scent. They're very scent motivated. And all of the smells outside, especially on windy days, it's just flooding their brain with information, and they're eating it up and they're taking it in, and they're going to sit there until there's no new smells coming in. They understand what's going on outside through the smells. This is different from bird watching, sitting in the window. Yes, of course, if your cat likes that, continue to encourage that. But that open window for however many minutes it takes, it could be 3 or 4 minutes, it could be 20 minutes. That's a great thing to do for them once or twice a day. The next thing for your interactive session with your cat or cats, mine both interact when I do this at the same time. I always sit on the floor. That is the first step. You're at their level. It's very inviting to them. I get on the floor, I pull out their toys, and I'll insert showing what their toys are. My cats don't like the same toys. They like different toys, so I have several out, and I just kind of see which ones they respond to. These are the interactive toys, so this could be rolling a ball, a little cat ball, a tennis ball. I have one, he loves a golf ball. He likes the weight of it, how it responds. Got the little spring toys that bounce around. I have the rainbow like a rainbow felt long string on a stick, and I will do circles around my home with that, and they will chase me sometimes. So that's not sitting on the floor, but sometimes they want that activity and it really excites them. And I've logged 2,000 steps on my fitness tracker doing that many a time. So yeah, just being on the floor with them and playing with their toys, they're connecting with you. They're looking at your eyes and they're going to be looking at you and responding to you. And that really helps with the bond. It helps make them feel comforted yet stimulated. It's a wonderful experience for them. And do this for, I try to do 20 minutes. I know we all have busy schedules, but 20 minutes twice a day is really good. And the optimal times, I know this is just a perfect world situation and people have jobs and of course you need your rest, but I'm just telling you optimal, and you do what you can if you would like to. When the sun is coming up, cats are very alert, and right around sundown. That's another good time. So that's when I try to do the session. So when I was pet sitting, it would just happen when I got over there. Okay, so this one here really likes grooming. He's motivated by attention and grooming and touching more than food. So he gets groomed pretty much every day. So some of his enrichment time will look like this. So he gets this really big stretch, and he's happy and relaxed. And it's good bonding time. He's the one I'm pair bonded with of my two. And he would be happy just to be brushed for hours if I had time for that. Another thing I want to talk about is a little bit of cat psychology. So there's something called the Big Five personalities. And you can look it up. I'll put a link below, but it's readily accessible information. These 5 personalities, they're seen all across the animal kingdom. If you start reading over the traits, just kind of basically over the traits, you'll start recognizing in your brain which of the people you know in your life or which trait, but you're also going to notice it in your pets, especially if you have more than one pet, because you can kind of contrast their personalities off each other. And some of these types require more enrichment. The smarty pants types, these are the really, I call them the Mensa cats of the world. These are cats, they crave not attention, they crave mental stimulation. These are cats that want to learn tricks. They're very close with you, they're watching you, they're asking for it. And if you have one of these cats, you'll know you have one of these cats. Now the more laid back types, they're going to be happy with more simple stimulation, but these intellectual cats, they're often the ones that become difficult when they're not getting what they need and they start acting out. So I would be looking for that. I know these personalities really well, so when I would go meet a new cat to pet sit, I could pretty quickly pick up on what kind of cat they are. So there's a difference to recognize. We're going to get a little deep here, but if you want to really understand your cat, this might be useful for you. You want to recognize the difference between cat behavior and then the personality type. So you don't teach cats to be cats, right? Cats know how to be cats, just like humans know how to be humans, but within the humans, there's many different personality types. And this is the same with cats. So you're going to have kind of outgoing, things roll off their shoulder kind of cats. You're going to have the more, in the personality test, it's called the neurotic type, but I think calling them just sensitive is a little bit more accurate description. So the sensitive type, these cats can also be intellectual, and you've got to take special care with them. They are reactive to noise, not like a cat is. Remember, cats are predators. Of course, they have wonderful senses of hearing, but noise is very, can be bothersome, upsetting to them. A knock at the door could send them running. Just any kind of change, because that would indicate something about their environment is going to change, and the cat is sensitive to that. It's not scared, it's sensitive, it's cautious. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. We just want to know how to manage that personality type so that it can thrive the best. And these cats that need this stimulation, I think it's so important to give them that extra 5 to 10 minutes per session to help them feel secure and more calm and not quite so on edge like they would be if they didn't otherwise have the appropriate enrichment. I'm going to give you a detailed example of what can happen when this personality type in a cat does not get what they need. I happen to live with one of these cats right now, the one I'm pair bonded to. He has this personality type. I know it quite well. But the one I'm referring to is one that I pet sit many, many times. And I know the family who owns the cat personally, so I would see them socially. And I would see the cat interacting in the home. And it's a delightful cat. Just smart, and I could very obviously tell who the cat was pair bonded with, but just a lovely animal, a lovely addition to their home. And they would take periodic vacations, as many people do, and just, if you want to know what's going on with pet sitters, I can't speak for other pet sitters. I only speak for myself. I took my responsibility to these animals very seriously, maybe a little more seriously than their owners did, but I did not see cats being mistreated per se. This particular cat, by the end of the third day, so the first 3 days, the cat was perfectly fine. The cat was glad I was there, eating normally. He would interact, he would play, everything was fine. However, this is a cat that was used to one or both of the owners or people who live there being home at all times, except for going out to dinner now and then, getting groceries, this and that. One of them worked from home and the other one worked part-time away from home. So the cat always just had stimulation there and had its person there with it. By the end of day 3, the morning of the 4th day, if they were gone that long, the cat started to go a little bit bonkers. The home is quiet, it's dark, there's nothing stimulating this cat. This is a cat that craves that. It's a super smart, intellectual kind of brain that wants information, that wants interaction. And the cat did not want it with me. The cat wanted its person that it's bonded with. And it would slowly begin to act out, get more aggressive. The cat was still eating and drinking normally, using the litter box as it should. So physically the health was fine, but the mental health was changing. The cat was becoming distressed, and by the 5th day, 6th day, I could be standing there preparing the food. The cat would just come over and bite my leg. It was so angry, and I felt awful because I knew the cat was under distress. Like, you can't get mad at a cat for biting when it's not their personality. They're put in a circumstance that has them in great distress. And me as a cat sitter, it's a very difficult position to be in because I care about the welfare of the cat. And to try to tell the family while they're on this vacation they've been saving for, they trust that their animal's being taken care of, which it was, but I couldn't give it what it wanted. It wanted its family back. And I can't relay that to the family. And once they return home, I would give them recommendations about how to give the cat some enrichment so that it's not feeling so lonely when they're away. I had to be kind of tactful how I say this because you can't tell people how to treat their animals. I just made some recommendations. Some were implemented and some were not, and the cat continued the bad behavior because the enrichment just was not there when they were gone. So that's what you're looking at. Now, other personality types of cats, when you go away, pet owners who don't have this personality type of cat, the cat is fine. If you have a good pet sitter who's engaging with your animal and they're giving you, the daily updates and sending you pictures and all that, most cats, the other 4 personality types, they're perfectly fine if you're away from them for, your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 day vacation. But this quote unquote neurotic or sensitive personality type, they've got to have a little more care and consideration with daily enrichment, and then when you leave them for long periods of time, how you're going to manage that so that they are under the least amount of distress and start acting out. This, if you have a cat that's howling at night, pacing around, not waking you up in your bed, but actually walking around yowling, and it's not in heat or looking, a male looking for another cat, like a tomcat, this could be a problem. So this might be something you look at, identifying, is your cat this personality type who is sensitive to change, who needs more mental stimulation, not just physical stimulation, the interacting with you a bit more. Try that and see if it helps. Add 15 minutes a day. If you need to do 2, maybe a third session, just to figure out what the cat is needing, because they can't tell us what they need. We kind of have to piece this together, and this is what I've learned from working with so many cats the past several years.